the things that I've seen a lot in our community is a lot of times women want a finished product. Even
Let's talk about reason number three that prevent women from being married. Unrealistic expectations. Um, I was reading a book and they were talking about. I'm trying to remember what the book was, but they were just talking about if a guy says, I want a girl that's, and he gives body dimensions, breasts and her butt's got to be a certain size and her waist has to be a certain size. Well, we call that objectification.
right,
But when women do it, he's got to be 6 feet, he's got to be, a certain build, he's got to be muscular or he's got to be a slim build. It's just called picky, right?
yep,
His bank account has to be, he's got to be making at least a 6-figure income, right? And so we've got all these, criteria. And so, men get called out when they say these things or they put these standards on women. Well, same thing for you ladies. So, and sometimes, you can be too picky, you can be too judgmental.
right.
And then what you hear is there are no decent men out there.
Yep.
All the good ones are taken.
Yep.
Right? Have you ever caught yourself saying that?
Yep.
Maybe you're being too picky.
Yep.
So, it kind of reminds me of when you're picking out your outfit, and a lot of times, that first t-shirt that you grab, that first shirt that you grab with those jeans, that's probably the perfect outfit right there.
Yep.
And honestly, we don't know what we need a lot of times. Okay. And so sometimes you can be too picky, but you pick yourself right out of happiness.
Yep. Yep. And with the unrealistic expectations, it kind of reminds you of some of it goes back to some of our music. And you listen to, hey, I don't want no scrubs. And so it's unrealistic expectations.
Right.
And this is the thing about your expectations. The older you get as a woman, the lower your expectations have to come down.
Mm-hmm.
Because men, a man's value is based on his earning potential and his character and his integrity, but it's typically based on man's value typically is based on his earning potential.
Yeah.
Well, for a woman, her value is based on cooperativeness, easy going, easy to live with, and also fertility. So the older you get, the lower your chances are to have a successful pregnancy. And so that's how a woman is valued. Now, society says, well, hey, if a woman makes this amount of money, she's a high quality woman, but that's not what make a woman high quality. And so, if you're 35, you approaching 40, you're going full out, you're going into a full out no man's land. Hey, them standards got to come down.
Yeah. So, I can see that.
Yeah,
and so
you come down.
And so, and let's do a recap. So, point number one was lies mama told you. Point number two, reason number two that prevent women from getting married is you're aggressive. And reason number three is unrealistic expectations. And Dwayne, as I think about it, one of the disadvantages about waiting till you get into your 30s to find a partner is you're looking more for a finished product.
Right.
When I look back on it, and my wife and I, we were married in our early 20s or early to mid 20s. We were early 20s when I met her. And so, but I wasn't a finished product. I was probably making about $25,000, $30,000 a year. And so, but when you're 30, you feel like I don't have a lot of time. I need to find someone that's going to match my income.
Right.
And so you're looking for a finished product. Well, let me tell you a secret. If you find a guy in his mid 30s, or early 40s or mid 40s, that's a finished product, he's got several women already.
Yeah.
And one of them may be his mother, okay? so he's got, so it's almost very counterintuitive and unproductive.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that I've seen a lot in our community is a lot of times women want a finished product, even in the 20s, even in the 20s, women want a finished product. And sometimes, hey, you find you a diamond in the rough and you shine that man up like new. Mm-hmm. And you will see it over and over and over. A woman will throw out a guy that got potential. He's got great potential, but he's just not living up to it. She throw that man out, and another woman to come in and take that man and shine him up like a new penny.
And I tell you what, boy, and that's frustrating.
It's frustrating. You be like, well, where was that guy? Where was that guy when I was with him? Well, you didn't have what it takes.
Yeah.
You didn't have the staying power. You didn't have the love. You didn't have the support to bring them qualities and shine that guy up like a penny.
Right. That's that personal development.
Yes, sir.
Interpersonal development. And Dwayne, you raise an amazing point, because I remember I had a client who had a ex baby mama. Well, not ex baby, not ex, but relationship wise, it was like his ex-girlfriend. And he met a new girl, they got married, and this guy, his income went up to $12,000, $15,000 a month, super successful. And now his baby's mother is upset at him. She's pissed at him. She does things to make things difficult for him when he wants to do things with his children. And it's all because she said, where was this guy when we were dating?
Right. Yeah.
You held back. You wasn't this guy. Well, you wasn't that woman neither, and you're still not.
Yep.
So even if he was with you, he probably wouldn't be that guy.
Right.
One of the reasons he's that guy is because his new woman.
Yep.
Who supports him and loves him, and unconditional love, and just makes him feel emboldened and empowered. So,
yeah, I have a friend. When he was in his early 20s, he lived in his mom's basement, and he played video games and ate chips and Kool-Aid all day. He went to work.
Did you say a friend?
Friend. I'm not gonna say his name. We don't need to get into that. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at something. Well, how you gonna say it? So this guy living in his mom's basement, eating chips, drinking Kool-Aid, playing video games all day.
Love Kool-Aid.
Love some Kool-Aid. You give me a tall glass of Kool-Aid. And so, man, he met this girl online and they talked and everything like that. And, they decided that, they were going to start dating. They started dating. And so she said, you should just move in with me. And so he was like, okay. So he moves out of his mom's basement and moves in to his girlfriend's house. And so, hey, did she tear him down for being lazy? No. Did she, and one of the things that he said that period in my life, he said, my mom and I had a very contentious relationship because every day she was tearing him down. Hey, why don't you get a job? You're so lazy. You're so fat. And the reason why you're fat, because you're eating junk food. And she tore him down day after day after day. So when his mama got finished with him, and he's a mama's boy, but when his mama got finished with him, hey man, they want nothing else left. Yeah. She tore him down. Yeah. So when he moved in with the girlfriend, he was already expecting her to pick up where mama left off. And so he said, hey, I don't have a job. He said, it's not much I can really offer you right now. And she said, well, that's fine. And he constantly was expecting her to tear him down, and she never did. Wow. Well, hey, fast forward 15 years. Hey man, they've been married about 17 years. He's an IT professional. He's got a great career, great job. They have a beautiful family. And she shined that boy up like a brand new penny. Yeah. Yeah. Shined him up. Yeah. And so sometimes, hey, you might not get that finished product. A lot of times men don't start excelling until they get the right woman anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. And so think about it like an investment. A lot of times when you make an investment, hey, it may not be worth too much. Like you remember when you first bought your house and you remember how you didn't have any equity in your house and then your house kept appreciating, you kept paying your mortgage. And then over a period of time, you got $100,000 equity, $100,000 of equity in your house, but you didn't start out that way. And so I think, that finished product thing and putting those and being picky, I mean, that really prevents you from getting the love you want and from being in that relationship that you want.